Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Tuesday, February 15, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Charlotte Hornets vs Minnesota Timberwolves. The Timberwolves played a solid game against Indiana thanks to Anthony Edwards dropping 37 points, while D'Angelo Russell had 23 and Karl Anthony Towns had a double-double with 15 points and 13 rebounds. The Hornets are not playing well lately, while Minnesota is excellent at home recently, but I am backing Charlotte to stay close in this one. It wouldn't be the end of the world if the visitors beat the Wolves here. After all, they do have the best defense in the NBA that can outscore any team. Charlotte is actually playing way better on the road than at home in the last few weeks. They recorded 7 wins in the last 10 road games. They will still have a mountain to climb to beat the side that has 9 wins out of the last 10 home games, but it is not impossible. I expect to see a close encounter, and I am going with the Hornets. The Hornets were outscored by 31 in the first half, but a 43-26 fourth quarter rally nearly got them the win. In the game, they were led by Terry Rozier, who dropped 35 points and 10 rebounds, while LaMelo Ball had 25 points and Montrezl Harrell chipped in with 20. Our first betting pick is the Hornets at +7. The Minnesota Timberwolves bounced back from a 2-game losing skid with a 129-120 road victory over the Indiana Pacers. The visitors displayed a strong performance in the second quarter by scoring 41 points and allowing 25 on the other end. Minnesota shot over 50.0% from the field and nearly 53.0% from beyond the arc, and although Indiana dominated the boards, 53-38, the Wolves managed to get a win. The Wolves covered a -7.5 spread, the 6th time in 8 games they covered to improve to a 30-27 ATS record. The Charlotte Hornets lost to the Memphis Grizzlies at home, even though they won the second half by 24 points. The visitors had a 35-point lead at one moment in the third quarter, thanks to a fantastic display in the opening 24 minutes, and although the Hornets scored 43 points in the fourth quarter, they lost 125-118 in the end. Charlotte narrowly failed to cover a +6.5 spread, the 5th time in 6 games they didn't cover. The Hornets now drop to a 32-26 ATS record. Our second betting pick is over 244. Indiana Pacers vs Milwaukee Bucks. Ashi Brissett had a season-high 22 points and matched his career high with 13 rebounds for Indiana, which has lost 6 in a row. Therese Halliburton added 22 points and 16 assists, one short of tying his career high in just his second game with the Pacers. Minnesota was simply bigger and stronger down low. Jrue Holiday and Chris Middleton led the Bucks with 21 points apiece. Giannis Antetokounmpo had 18 points, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds. It was the first meeting between the teams since July 20, when the Bucks beat the Suns 105-98 in Game 6 and secure an NBA title. Milwaukee gets the rebuilding Pacers at home. The Bucks have won 4 of their last 5 games and 5 of their last 6 home games. They have been on a roll offensively, scoring more than 120 points per game in their last 3 games, while making 52% of their shots. They do a good job protecting the ball, and they've also done a good job on the offensive glass, which will lead to more scoring opportunities. The Pacers have struggled defensively during their losing streak, giving up more than 125 points per game in their last 3 games, and will have a hard time slowing down the Bucks. The Bucks have also played well on the defensive end, especially at home. They've been dominant in the paint and do a good job forcing turnovers. The Bucks had a 4-game winning streak snapped in a 131-107 loss to the Phoenix Suns. The game was tight throughout most of the first half, but the Suns slowly pulled away in the third quarter, building a 97-77 advantage going into the fourth and effectively ending the night early. Our first betting pick is Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee is averaging 112.9 points per game. They scored 107 points in their last game, making 45.5% of their field goals and 26.3% of their three-pointers. Jrue Holiday led the way for the Bucks with 21 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Chris Middleton finished with 21 points and 3 assists, while Giannis Antetokounmpo added 18 points, 7 rebounds, and 8 assists. Milwaukee has also played well defensively, giving up 109.2 points per game. They gave up 131 points in their last game and will need to bounce back with a better performance if they want to get the win. Indiana is averaging 109.1 points per game. They scored 120 points in their last game, making 44.1% of their field goals and 28.9% of their three-pointers. Ashi Brissett led the way for Indiana with 22 points and 13 rebounds. Therese Halliburton finished with 22 points, 5 rebounds, and 16 assists, while Lance Stevenson added 21 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. Indiana has struggled defensively, giving up 111.7 points per game. They gave up 129 points in their last game and will need a significantly better performance if they want to win this game. Our second betting pick is under the total. Memphis Grizzlies vs New Orleans Pelicans. Jaren Jackson Jr. had 18 points and 10 rebounds, while Steven Adams added 15 points and 11 boards for the Grizzlies, 40-18, who have won 8 of their last 9 games, while scoring at least 120 points in their last 5. They are playing their best basketball of the season heading into the All-Star break. Things didn't turn out well for the Grizzlies in their last visit to the Smoothie King Center. They shot 43.2% from the floor and only went +2 on the boards against the Pelicans. Oh, and both Ja Morant and Dillon Brooks were on the court for that game. There's a possibility the Grizzlies could be without both in Tuesday's rematch with the Pelicans. This is no longer a situation where Brandon Ingram is having to wear the red cape. CJ McCollum has arrived in style in New Orleans, and he's already dropping 30-plus point performances. The Pelicans might have a lot of problems to fix right now, but they've at least consistently been competitive on the boards. This is a trap game with the Pelicans surging offensively and the Grizzlies potentially being without their best player. McCollum in the backcourt gives the team a borderline elite guard, which is something they didn't have before. Brandon Ingram added 22 points and Jonas Valanciunas had 17 points and 12 rebounds for the Pelicans. New Orleans made their move at the deadline while they held the 10th seed in a jam-packed Western Conference. The two losses are not a welcoming sight, and they face an elite Grizzlies team in a big test before the break. Our first betting pick is New Orleans Pelicans plus 4.5. McCollum put together a 36-point scoring performance against the San Antonio Spurs, and then he followed that up by adding another 23 points in the team's 120-90 victory over the Toronto Raptors on Monday night. Nothing has changed for McCollum but the jersey, and he's still a dangerously streaky scorer. And Memphis's defensive effort is running on fumes on the road. They're allowing an average of 111.3 points per game in their last 3 outings. This is clearly a game where McCollum and company are going to be on the attack on the offensive end of the floor. If Ja Morant can't suit up, McCollum and Ingram could really heap some pressure on the Grizzlies if they can get shots to consistently fall. Yes, the Pelicans have been riding the struggle bus throughout the season, but they added a dynamic playmaker ahead of the trade deadline in CJ McCollum. The former longtime Portland Trail Blazer made his presence felt by going out and dropping 36 points on the San Antonio Spurs on Saturday. So he's clearly a problem the Grizzlies will have to take into account. With that said, Memphis is the number 4 ranked scoring defense in the league. Morant being on the floor makes them a championship contender, but even without him, this is a team that has proven they can still be competitive. Desmond Bane and Jaren Jackson Jr. are 2 of the most underrated players in the league at their positions. Our second betting pick is over the total. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.